Hello. Welcome back from the weekend. Today is April 13th, 2020. And it's a holiday, so a great time to stay inside and not physically interact with anyone else. During the Prime Minister's address, Trudeau suggested that wearing masks prevents us from breathing or speaking moistly on others. I just want to congratulate all the meme makers out there. This should be enough material for like a week. Hopefully I don't say anything anti-goodly on E92, or the internet can be so mean. I've received some texts and read some comments that people have actually been making that evil popcorn from E92's first episode. I sort of feel guilty for providing such an unhealthy option. So today, on what to do while in isolation, we will take it up a notch. Let's watch.
What to do while in isolation.
Thank you, AJ from the desk. Welcome to What to Do While in Isolation. So, one of the best things we can do is not eat evil popcorn. One of the other best things to do while in isolation is to actually get active and get healthy. Because, eventually we're going to be able to leave our houses and it's going to be summertime. So if you want to get your beach bod, or if you just want to, if you feel that you just have really low energy or whatever the deal is, this is going to be it, all right? I also could use some exercise. So this is going to be a thing that we're going to do together. So in order to do that, we all have to sign up to the same website, and it's called Fitocracy. And basically what it is, it gamifies fitness. So whenever you do anything fit, you track it in the system and it gives you experience points, and you can level up and we can join the same group and challenge each other to different things. And it's good on phones and on computers. So that's good. We're going to cut to me on the computer showing you how you can log in. You should do it on the PC, on your computer first. Once you do the login on your computer and you join the E92 group and all that stuff you got to do, then you can do everything on your phone from there on. And so let's just cut to me on the... Oh, wait. First, I got to tell you about our challenge. So we're going to start Monday and we're going to go till Friday. And whoever can track the most push-ups on Fitocracy is going to win. And we're going to announce the winner on Friday. So you're going to watch this video Monday. You're going to get Fitocracy. You're going to pound out a bunch of push-ups, because I will have already started and got a head start. So, yep. Let's cut to me at the computer showing you how to do it. My screen record did not work, so you are going to just have to listen to me talk over it. So here we go. You want to go to Fitocracy on the web page. You want to start with your PC because there's more options. When you get to Fitocracy, you're going to try to sign in. You can sign in with Facebook or your email account. You're going to put in your basic information. You're probably going to have to do a confirmation email, and they're going to ask you some personal questions like how tall you are, how much you weigh, and so on. I've already got an account, so I'm just going to log in. The first thing that you see is this, and you want to click on Connect up at the top tab there, and you're going to see all these different groups that you can join. So you scroll down to where you see all groups and search E92. It didn't show up on my screen. I think it's because I'm already part of the group E92. Hopefully that's the case for you. If not, I can try to invite you. But anyway, right here, my group's E92. So this is the group. This is where you'll be. We can write messages here. We can see all of us here. All our workouts will be here. And then the challenge is also here. So scroll down. Yeah, there we go. Group challenge. Most push-ups. Okay, from now till Friday, whoever can record the most push-ups wins. So right there, you got to click join challenge. You can be in the group and not in the challenge, and that's totally fine. But if you want to join the challenge, you got to click on it. And then basically, whenever you track push-ups, they will be added to the challenge. And by the end of the week, whoever's done the most push-ups wins. Yes, you could cheat, but but don't. Once you do your workout, you want to track it on Photocracy. So on the top tab, you click on track and you'll see this screen right here. And you can click on pre-made workouts or a recent workout that you've done if you kind of do the same thing every day. So this is the one that I did today that you saw me do. I walked for an hour. I did 2 sets of 50 jumping jacks, 2 sets of 20 sit-ups, 2 sets of 10 push-ups, and then a bunch of squats. Plus 1 squat. I did actually do that one extra at the end there. So this is the workout I did. And I tracked it and I got the point. So tomorrow, if I had done this, those push-ups would have been counted towards the challenge. Anyway, you can click on each of the workouts and there's actually a video to show you how to do it. There's literally every type of exercise in here. You could search dumbbell and figure out how to do a dumbbell squat or bar press. You click on it, it'll show you a video on how to do it properly, and then you can add that to your workout. It's a pretty neat little program, really. So that's how it works. Make your profile, connect to the E92 group, then start tracking your workouts. Let's get fit together. Thank you, Working Out AJ. Congratulations on your first time jumping in like 4 months. We at E92 are not above making mistakes. Our reporter Camille made a beautiful report on things to do during the Easter weekend. But because I'm so slow at editing, we're getting it after the Easter weekend. So on that note, here is What the Feel with Camille.
What the feel, what the feel with Camille.
Hi guys, welcome to a very special edition of What the Feel. So I wanted to do a special Easter edition of my segment. With the long weekend coming up, I'm going to share some things that I like to do over the Easter weekend and some movies, TV shows that I want to recommend to you. Okay, so I'm just going to start out by telling you how I typically like to go about my Easter weekend. I'm really excited. I treat it as kind of a spiritual cleanse. So over the Easter weekend, I basically immerse myself in Christian content. So if I'm going to watch a movie, it's going to be some kind of faith-based movie. Same goes for TV. If I'm going to listen to music, I'll only listen to worship music. And if I'm going to read, I will read the Bible. So I do that for 4 days, and I just find it feels so amazing. It would definitely be hard to keep up at all times. But I think doing it once a year or a few times a year is really good for you. So I'm going to share a couple movies on Netflix right now that I encourage you to check out this Easter weekend. So the first one is called The Case for Christ. This is such a good movie. So I guess what I want to start out by saying about these Christian movies on Netflix is they're a lot better than you'd expect. They're really well done. The acting is good. I thought it doesn't really have big stars in it, people I've never heard of. I haven't even heard of these movies before until it popped up on my recommendations one day. I thought they'd be kind of low budget, but I mean, even if they are, they look really good and they don't feel like a B movie. So the first one is The Case for Christ. So this one's really cool. It's about a journalist in Chicago, and his wife is starting to find her faith. And he's very resistant to this idea. So being a journalist, he's always checking for the facts. He's very interested in what he can see and what he can verify for himself, because that's what he does in his job. So it's just, about this couple and how they kind of navigate that challenge. And I don't want to give it away, so I'll just say it's really good. It's set in the 70s, so there's a couple of good mustaches in there too. The second movie is called God's Not Dead. So along the same lines as the first, this one though is about a college student. So he goes off to college. He's got a girlfriend. Life's going awesome. His girlfriend, though, kind of isn't really a fan of how much time he's spending on this project this professor gives him. So once again, it's a professor who's very concerned with the facts, what he can see, and he basically challenges the student, the main character, in his faith tremendously. And so it takes up a lot of his time trying to convince this professor about God. So his life, his priorities are kind of shown to him as well for this student. So that's a really good one. It's called God's Not Dead. There's also a second one and a third one, neither of which I've seen, but there is quite a bit of Christian content on Netflix. If you know to look for it, you can just Google like Christian movies Netflix and you'll find a bunch of stuff, including VeggieTales. So that's a bonus as well. Lastly, for on Netflix is a show called The Bible. It's a miniseries, and each of the 10 episodes kind of goes over a book of the Bible and does a reenactment. So it's really good just kind of for getting the story straight. Okay, so I'm going to kind of share with you quickly just my journey with reading the Bible up to this point. So when I became a Christian about two years ago, the very first book of the Bible I read was the Gospel of Luke, and it was really amazing. It really changed my life. It was great. So from there, I was like, oh, I want to read the other Gospel books as well, which is really cool just to kind of see how the stories line up. And then from there, I was like, well, I'll just keep reading. And so I read the whole New Testament. Now, that did take like a year. By the time I started with Luke, went back, read Matthew, Mark, and then finished the New Testament. It took me about a year. And then from that point, this was just shortly after I moved to Mackenzie, maybe a couple months after, I was like, well, maybe I'll just try the Old Testament now. But the Old Testament is a very different beast. So I got about 9 chapters into Genesis, and then I was like, I couldn't stay focused with it. And basically for another year after that, I just felt so lost in where to be reading for the Bible, where to be reading in the Bible. Like I couldn't determine like what I should be reading or what would be interesting. I would find out a book that I thought would be cool to read. I'd get same thing, 9-10 chapters in, and I just couldn't finish it. Like I couldn't finish just one book of the Bible to save my life. So that went on for about a year, which I think is normal. Like it's a tough read for sure, and it's going to test you and challenge you. So I wanted to share some good news that I recently finished the book of Genesis, and I watched the Genesis episode of the Bible on Netflix, so it was good to just kind of reinforce the story. And I am currently reading through Exodus, so I'm hoping this means I've got my groove back, feeling a lot more motivated, and just enchanted with the stories. So I hope that continues. And if you're having a hard time reading the Bible, I totally get it, and I understand. What else? Yeah, I guess just as far as my Easter weekend cleanse, if I listen to any music, I will listen to worship music. And of course, I'd normally go to church Friday and Sunday, but I'll just be doing what I can at home, going through my cleanse. So, and of course, prayer. Prayer is important. So this has been a special pre-Easter edition of What the Feel. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You can check out the movies and shows I recommended. Have a very happy Easter, and I will see you next week on YouTube. Bye!
Now we have come to the part of the show when we read the comments. Sarah Neal says we should have a debate. Bengal spiced tea versus chocolatey chai. And we will totally do that. Edward's comment says, since you do whatever a comment says, I think everyone would like a video of you belly flopping onto your comfy bed and taking a short nap. Liam replied by saying, make it a long one. Well, guys, if you insist. But before I go, have yourself a day.